So we'll turn it over to Luvonda. You have been part of the LGR community for 8 years, I want to say, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. So you've seen the high school experience, you've seen the college experience, and if I'm recalling, you're doing counseling in your graduate school program as well. So can you share more about what your LGR experience has been over these past 8 years and what keeps you inspired about what we do?
So thank you so much, everyone that went before me and everything. Thank you again. To answer this question, I started, so just to give you a picture, I started as a high school student, so that was college prep, doing those college prep, like getting SATs ready, prepped, and everything like that. I didn't get an individual coach until I was, I think, a junior or and I mean individual one-on-one when I was a junior or a senior of high school, so they can actually transition me into college. And then that coach name was Sarah Chance, and her job was just making sure that I did all my testing, making sure that I was getting all my college essays in, making sure that I was not only physically ready, but also mentally ready to go to college. And then once I got to college, I got another coach, which was Coach Diamond. And this was like the first last year of real college, everyone says, before COVID position. Diamond was there to make sure that I had all my financial aid in track, making sure that I looked up any work studies to make sure I actually used all my financial aid, because a lot of students don't know that just that however much money of work study you get, if you don't use it, you what? Lose it. So she made sure that I was getting everything in my packet. Not only that, she was making sure that I had great study tactics. She made sure that I stayed on top of all my classes. And then after my first year of that was 2019 going into 2020, when I got back to my second year, I had another, I mean, my second year, I had another coach. So you might see that, oh, the coaches changes. No, they only change because these coaches have now graduated on, or the student have changed. So I might have changed my whole mindset of what major I wanted to be in or what I wanted to do. And that the coach, not only they try to fit you with a coach that had the same major as you, try to fit you with the same coach. If you want someone to be in person, if I wanted to ever meet up with Diamond was at Temple, so I was able to meet her, I was able to see her. And then my third year I got Coach Emily and Coach Miranda. So I those were my longest coaches, and that was my last year and my junior year. And also they were just making sure that I was also just everything that I've learned in the last couple of years of college, making sure that I also like really absorb that and get ready to move on to grad school, or asking me about my next steps and not pushing me like, oh, you got to go to grad school, you got to do this, you got to do that. It's like, Luvonda, what is your next steps? We've been in college for 2 years. Your grades are good. You don't really need help with studying. You don't really need help with this. How can I help you move to the next step? What do you want to do? And we found my internship. We found another internship. So like I was the only student in my school that had two paid internships. I was doing all my work study jobs at school. So I was a basketball manager for all 4 years. I worked in financial aid. I was the president of SGA. I worked with the provost for my last year. Like I was just all over the place, but I was never a mess. I carried a lot of hats, but I had coaches that held me accountable. My last year of college, I got a concussion. So literally I'm coming up on a year mark of my concussion from last year. And my last coach, Marina, she never stopped emailing me. She never stopped texting me. She never like, hey, I haven't heard from you. What are we doing? Grad school is coming up. Do we have to do some essays? I know we already prepped the list. I had a list ready from Diamond all the way to Miranda of what grad schools I wanted to apply to, because I told them, every coach that I know, I'm not paying for school, so we have to find the money. And I never had to pay for school because they made sure that I had the mindset, you can find the money. So to close this out, how would I describe every year with a word? Just a description word. So high school going into college was inspirational. My first year of college, my full first year, is unmatched. My second year was innovative. My third year was refreshing. And my fourth year was rewarding. Thank you so much. Let's get ready.